life turn. And it's time for Dents and Dreams, a paintless dent repair podcast focusing on how you can use the fruits of this wonderful trade we call PDR to achieve your wildest dreams. I'm John Vidine, your friendly neighborhood dent reaper and host of Dents and Dreams. Now, let's get started. Let's get started indeed. Oh man, we got a killer crew with us today. Big announcements, all kinds of new stuff coming. But let's introduce the men who need no introduction. Danny Hacker, Scott Stayton, and apparently going by a new name today, C-Dub. What's up, C-Dub?
What up?
Chris White from Kiko.
Listen, I'm just happy to be on with the golden tab king himself.
Oh, snap. We already got people coming in. Antonio Quiros, what up, Q? James Bernard, what up? And Collision Tech Nick, what's going on? He's got some great videos. You guys check him out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I dropped one. I dropped a golden nugget. But yeah, no need to beat around the bush. We got the golden tabs out. The Dent Reaper Fat Shaft Hex tabs. And couldn't be happier with the way these things are working. And
no, they're great. I've been using them all day today. Well, I wouldn't say all day, for at least an hour, and they're great.
Hey, I got one question. Is that PHAT or FAT?
Ooh, if I would have been smart about it, I would have went PHAT. But I'm not as hip now with it and wow as somebody by the name of C-Dub. So
that's a good call, though.
We just called it FAT, Fat Shaft.
No, that's a good call. But no, they're great. They're great. They really are. They're working. They're performing the way you designed them to. And not only that, you know what I love about these? Yes, you want them to perform, but they look really good. You know what? As a tech, when I buy something, I want it to perform, but I want it to look good. And you know that. You know that. So good job. Good job.
Form follows function. And they do look good. And you guys certainly helped with that. And I just like it. I switched to gold because the purples, I feel like the purples pull a little bit harder still with the dead center technology, but the durability factor, I mean, it was all over the map. I had guys telling me, they use them for over a year and not break one. And I had guys telling me they break them all the first day. And it was all over the map. And I think there's so many variables when it comes to glue pulling, whether it be, tensile strength of the metal and weather, humidity, everything, all these different factors coming into play. And it's just too hard to know if the technique or what. So if guys want a more durable tab, I figured we better just make a more durable tab. And that's what we did. And they're still pulling amazing. I'm very, very happy.
For sure.
Right. Good. They should be able to just waylay those things with the slide hammer and not have, problems, right? Those things with that fat shaft, no matter how you spell it, it's going to hold up. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, but to your point, them purple ones, they'll tack, more of a sharper dent. And then fat shafts, what I would use those for is, to get more of the meat up. So that's why I love the combination of it. So, it's a great way to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, John, what about the reverse step?
The reverse step? Oh, that must be the one I dropped. Please hold. Talk amongst yourselves.
Let's see. I think we got one in here.
There we go.
5 o'clock something.
One here too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. So the reverse step, it's going to be pretty hard to pick up on this camera.
Yeah.
But the reverse step was a experiment I had to do. I couldn't stop thinking about it, and I just said, we had all the sizes picked out, and I just thought we better just try it. And not a cheap experiment, but I think it will pay off in the end. And I thought it was gonna do almost the opposite of what it did do. I thought it was gonna deaden the pull, and I feel like this little puppy almost pulls a little bit harder, but I'm not sure. What has your experience been?
I used this one a few times. Yeah, I mean, I think it pulls more meat. You know what I mean? Pulls more of the meat of the dent up, which you're going to need that depending on what you're working on. I mean, if it's something, more sharper with more depth, I'm definitely going to go with the purple. But if I need, if it's a little bit bigger, maybe a little bit softer, and I want to get more of the meat up, yeah, this thing all day long. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I mean, it gets the pit. I mean, even though you got a fatter shaft, I mean, it still gets the pit. So it's really good messing with them all day today. So I'm excited.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. Look at that. We go live. Shopify bells are ringing. Thank you to whoever that was. So, yeah. Man, we got tons of people in here watching. What's up? Yeah. Nick Stark in the house.
There's
Jeffrey
always
Hughes. What up, Jeff?
Green.
Hudson's in here. You said your slide and pull technique are perfected. Okay. We got you break I fix in here. Love his videos too. That dude's killing it. Love it. Ebar. Sorry if I mispronounced that. But yeah. If you guys got questions or anything, feel free to put them in the comments there, and we'll do our best to answer them. Sure. Yeah, no problem.
I also like the Minnesota Vikings pack.
Yeah,
is that where you're going with it?
That was kind of part of the thinking. The purple, the first time was Minnesota feel, and I just said, why not go gold? It's so hard when you're popping multiple hail dents or whatever, and you get a tray or whatever your tabs are held in. You just want to be able to look down and know what you're grabbing. So.
Sure. That's the biggest variety pack yet, for sure. That's 26 tabs in there.
Yeah, that's the big one.
Heavy hitter.
Who knew? We got Gregory in the house too. What up, Gregory? But yeah. So, blah, blah, blah. Cool new tabs. Go buy some. If we talk about the cool stuff that's coming down the pipe for Kiko with some linear tension stuff and some of the you know what I'm driving at. Let's check out that LTT.
There you go.
Yeah, this is nice. Here you go. Yeah, so there's two sizes, 175 and 300 millimeter.
I'm gonna pull you guys.
Yeah. So these are great. All right. Now this is what's going to be awesome about these is just for that slight lateral tension. It's not going to be like a porter power, but it's going to give you enough that you need to be able to get in there. If you're glue pulling, your work area is going to be wide open. And when I was working with it, for a while there, we put some pretty sharp dents right in the body line, and I was able to, and I did a video of it, getting that sharp body line that was almost, non-existent back to its original position, which was huge, which I've never been able to do before without lateral tension. So, I mean, it's great tool to have in your arsenal as well. You can also get all four of them. And if you had like a big smash, you could do two up here, two in the bottom. If you wanted to pull downwards, I mean, you could always put one here, up here. I mean, there's so many different ways that you could use these tools while your work zone is free of any obstruction. So it's huge.
And we've designed a lot of adjustability into them. The pins, move the legs, and it stays low to the body.
Low to the panel. Right?
Yeah.
Something that Chris was hammering hard on these, because how many versions did we have, Chris? I mean, there were so many. You're like, nope, I don't like it.
Yeah, we've had I don't know 6 or 8 different versions, right? And the one thing that we were hung up on is that we really didn't want to create collateral damage, right? Because we put ourselves on everything that we do be less invasive. So a lot of these, even our own LTT that we've had for a while, if you overpower that thing, you can create damage. And then there's watching people with the porta powers. Of course, you can take tension off, but where those tabs are, when that thing starts to cantilever, you're going to create little dents that you have to go back and fix. And so, at least when the day that Danny and I spent a lot of time with this thing, we were pushing those. Of course, the small one, you're on the strong part of the metal. If you don't know, guys, what we're doing with those is straddling the very edge of the panel with one side, and then the other side is on the panel that you're working on. But then being able to create that tension and jack that thing out, you're on strong spots, right? You're on strong parts of the metal. You're down low, and so no matter how hard you turn that thing, you're not creating damage. You're not creating that collateral damage. And though, like Danny said, you're not getting quite the power that you can with a porta power, you're getting plenty of power without creating damage. And it's the idea of doing it in a more metal flow mentality, where we're not trying to remove the dent with lateral tension. We're trying to create a bit of lateral tension, maybe knock a bit before we even pull. That's one of the crazy things about knocking down with lateral tension. Of course, when you knock down, you see the high spots start to go into the low and the low to come out, but that happens like tenfold when you start adding lateral tension. As soon as you knock, man, dents are coming out, right? You almost don't even need to pull sometimes. And then so add some tension, knock a bit, lift a bit, add more tension, and just work that circle, and you get really clean repairs. Isn't that right, Danny?
That's right. 100%. Yeah, I love it. I mean, just right off the bat, and I cranked these things as hard as I could, trying to create damage, right? And I'm cranking them so hard, and the fact that it's so low to the ground and so low to the panel that it's not creating damage, I mean, right there, I mean, that's huge. That's so huge, right? But yeah, I mean, it's a game changer. I like it. I hate using that word. It's like, he said it, game changer. There it is. But I mean, it's awesome. Yeah, it's changed the way we're going about it for sure.
Yeah, and we got the tabs that can straddle the body line. Well, I'm talking about the tabs for the lateral tension.
The tabs. Yeah. Those. Yeah.
Tabs for the LTT. Yeah. So I mean, I'm super pumped to get those. I got my pre-order in. Thank you very much. And yeah, I mean the lateral tension stuff. There's been, man, it's popping fast. Everybody's coming up with new things. I've had ideas that have since become obsolete. Like, I'm kind of glad I didn't go any further down that road as far as development, because I think you guys knocked it out of the park here. When I seen your video, Danny, I was like, well, duh. That is so awesome. And just having that work area free of any obstruction awesome. Without having a bar in the way. 100%. And I mean, it just makes so much sense. And
we gotta give credit where credit's due on that. Kevin Andrews, is that was his brainchild. Like, all at once he had the epiphany, because we're like, how do you keep the work area clean and open? And it's like, well, why can't we just put a smaller version on either side, right? And so
that was Kev's idea. Listen, Kev.
It's big Kev.
Cheers, Kev. That's brilliant. I'm giving him a hug at MT. Is he going to be in Vegas? I don't know, but Kev, I'm giving you a big hug next time I see you. That's awesome. That's great.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, we still have the other one. Show them this one too. Yeah, we upgraded this one as well, right? So that's your more traditional, right? So that's
everybody join in. Nick from
what's what's different
Nick from
about
Dent
that?
Stark says every time Danny says game changer, we have to drink. So sorry about that. Didn't mean to interrupt your technical explanation there, but that was too funny to ignore.
Yeah, go ahead. Explain this one.
Oh, so
I mean, it's,
basically what's different is we've got shoes on the ends to where you can offset using our centipedes in perpendicular fashion so that you can get the bar out of the way of the damage that you can work on it. And it's powerful and rigid enough that you can do that and be able to open up that area so you can work.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
We're using a longer tab, setting at 90 degrees. It's actually an idea that Mike Toledo had. Mike told me that 3 or 4 months ago. Said, hey, maybe you should try turning the tabs, and then our guys came up with the idea of the shoe, because we were afraid when we turned the tabs and created the offset that we would get, the tabs would dive and create a lot of damage. By putting the shoe and spreading that load, we're getting less potential for that, again, that collateral damage that we don't want to create.
Yeah, that's genius as well. Is that available now?
It's on pre-order as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pre-order. Yep.
I gotta check that out. I haven't seen any videos with that one. Did you make one?
I mean,
no, I don't think we have a video.
I've been using this one because your work area is free. It's a no-brainer, but I mean, and listen, there's a place for that as well. I mean, there's a place for all of it, right?
Well, yeah, there's a place for a lot of tools. That's why my van is plump full.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta have what you need. And I mean, when you're struggling with something and then you find the right combination, whatever it is, I mean, it's a beautiful moment. You hear music in your head, and maybe that's my earbuds, but yeah, it's just when you get the right tool for the job, it's a beautiful moment, and
I agree.
All things come together. Love it. So all these things are on pre-order.
Yep.
Any ETA, or do you not want to shoot yourself in the foot with putting a hard date on it?
It's going to be a few weeks at least.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I know the feeling. Like you're excited to get stuff out, and sometimes there might be a bump in the road.
Yeah.
But before we move,
I told some guys like a week, so don't punch me when you see me. Might be two.
Yeah, you get punched enough times, Danny, you'll learn to just say, "But it'll be ready when it's ready." I've made that mistake before. It's guys want their tools and they want them now, which I can understand. But a question from You Break I Fix. He says, "I'd like to know what benefits you see from a tab that isn't round." He just hasn't tried them yet. And fair enough question. So my thinking when I first came out with the hex tab, when you're doing hail, a lot of times this thing will just roll. A round tab sometimes will roll off the roof, and a lot of hail techs, myself included, are not as organized as we should be in the moment, and you just have like a pile of tabs on the roof or wherever. So trying to prevent that from rolling. And there was square tabs and other shapes out there, and I just thought a hex was close to round, and obviously no dent is perfectly round, no dent is square or hexagonal, but I just thought it was close enough, and that was the thinking behind it. It's not rocket surgery. Just didn't want them to roll away on me. So, and they kind of look cool. So there's that.
They look cool.
Yeah. Oh, Kev's in here. Kev,
There he is.
Can we use these things on a panel off the car too? Yeah, I wouldn't. Why wouldn't you be able to? Is he setting you guys up? You set them up, we'll knock them down, Kev. Hey, great idea on those LTTs. That's If you didn't hear the props earlier, thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Yep. Good deal.
So yeah, can you use the LTT system on a panel off the car? Kevin
Yeah.
Kevin wants to know.
He says we can, so yes.
Yeah,
If he says we can.
apparently. Yeah, no, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's saying you can. It wasn't a question. My bad.
That's
Yes. You
That's
can.
Right.
Oh, and Andy says, "Don't you have a tab tray?" I do have a tab tray. It's in my van right now. I would show it off, but
Andy makes
Also-
those tab trays, don't he?
it's a friend of his. But
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
post the link, dude. Those tab trays are great, and these will fit in the Hex tab tray as well. I've got
Okay.
mine loaded up. But yeah, post that link, Andy. It's a great little deal.
Sure.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, You Break I Fix has got his pre-order in.
There
Very
you
nice.
go.
Hey,
Awesome.
love it.
Nah,
Can't
he
wait to
does
see
great
his
stuff.
videos with it.
Hey, he's coming a long way with glue pull. Yep. I think Gene went
Yeah.
out there and trained him, and yeah, he's just been rocking and rolling. Heck
I
yeah.
just like his videos, dude. Sometimes I get
Yeah.
a pretty good chuckle out of it.
He's funny.
Oh, you gotta love it. All
sir.
right. Cool. So,
So, John, back to your tabs for a minute. My personal opinion, obviously dead centers, whether they're a dead center crease or whether they're a dead center round, there are times when, they pull the center so well and so fast that you actually get a high before you get the rest of the meat up, right? And so you basically create like a W sometimes with a dead center when you go to it too quickly, right? When there's too big a dent, too much meat to pull out, then you create this bit of a W. So having that fatter shaft, it becomes this intermediate move that allows you to be able to pull up most of the meat and maybe even the center. But then if that center's left down, then you go back with your dead center to finish that out and ease it up so that you create.
Yep. I agree.
sorry, I had a visitor here shortly. Anyway, but yeah, definitely. I sometimes think of that. I had one scenario where I was using a dead center and did that, and made me think it looked like the car had a hernia, and it just had one spot popped out and was a little low around, and yeah, a little scary, but yeah, I mean, like you say, the time and place for every tool, and you gotta go about it in the right order.
Yep. I agree.
Absolutely. No Dent's the
I
same for
agree.
sure.
Yeah.
John, you got one of these edge tabs coming too, right? These hinge tabs.
I do. Yeah. I mean, those
Mhm.
things look very intriguing. I mean, especially for the big smash stuff.
Dude, they're
Uh,
money.
is it-
Hey, game changer right here. Game changer.
Straight. Thanks. I was getting thirsty anyway.
Let's go. Yeah. Hey, follow the boss.
May or may not.
Hey, follow the boss. Hey,
It's
I'm waiting for his
like-
lead. If the boss does it, I'm done.
Yeah, Benjamin. Yeah.
Took off.
Yes,
Heck
sir.
But
Love
no,
it.
they're great. They're great.
Yeah. So, what's the thinking behind the hinge tabs? Describe those a little bit. There's some videos out on that as well, and how'd we come up with those?
Yeah.
I shouldn't
Well,
say we. I had nothing to do with it.
yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. It came out of the LTT stuff. Now we've thought about the idea of edge stuff and how that was a weak spot in glue pull repair. We've thought about it for years, and we tried a few different things, but we never released anything because we weren't happy with it. but honestly, it was in working out LTT stuff and running into the problem of the collateral damage, on where the feet are of the LTT, and then also the idea that we couldn't really bridge a body line. We had to, with a flat bottom tab, we had to choose one side of the body line or the other, to be able to put your tension on. And so we thought, man, we need something that goes right over the top of that. And actually, I think Kevin was the first one to take one of our centipedes and just bend it, back in, I don't know, October, November or something last year. But that's a problem to have to bend those. And so Reggie Ayers, one of our longtime engineers, got to thinking about that problem. And so he created basically, what amounts to a door hinge, right? And as a solution to the problem of being able to straddle that body line and then jack against it with the LTT. And when he drew it on the board of what he'd created, I said, Reggie, you have no idea what you just created. You just fixed the biggest problem that we've ever had with loophole in collision and in PDR, and that's edges, because this, of course, we'll be able to use it. Right now, we can't even use it for the original intended design because it's not quite robust enough the way we have it made to jack against it. But man, is it magic, absolute magic for pulling edges, step quarters, dog legs, tail light pockets, whatever, right? Wherever there's a step, we've got various widths and lengths of those things to be able to go in and pull. So anyway, I'm here in Italy, and I was in a shop yesterday, and like the content that Danny's created this week, honestly, they had for one of our competitors' products, they had a Spinisi product, and they were very happy with it, right? And but they were happy with the system, but they don't that system that they had doesn't have anything other than really round tabs, that are big and heavy and stiff. And so they had some edge problems, and I showed them the video that we created of how you can pull edges with this hinge tab. They had some sharp crease problems that they were fixing with wiggle wire, and I showed them a dead center centipede to fix that, right? And so anyway, bottom line is that hinge tab and the variations of whether it's pulling with two surfaces or just pulling on one, that idea of being able to have 2 to 3 mobile members that can pull in whatever direction is just unbelievable. It's truly I think the greatest thing that has happened to Kiko in years in tabs. I just really think so. And it's the body shop. If you think about the body shop, the weakest part of their filler work is rebuilding those lines, right? And so if you can help them to not have to rebuild a line, then you've really improved the quality of the repair and that filler work. So anyway, it's fantastic. It's patent pending because it's definitely something that we wanted to invest in trying to protect. Yeah, no, it's and again, such a team effort, right? We're testing and developing tools and working on problems, and I couldn't be prouder of our group coming together and creating something like this.
That's awesome.
Game changer.
Yeah. Game changer.
All right.
All right.
Love it. And yeah, that video is awesome, as are a lot of Danny's videos, as Andy Patrick would say. He's a badass with the content. But another badass with the content is he's got a question. He says it kind of looks like it might have stretched a little during the video, and he's wondering if ice version would be stronger.
So in that video, the way that angle was, I had to use a smaller adapter. And you can see in that video where I had to bring that adapter down in size. So it didn't have much surface area on that edge tab. So it was focusing towards the center of it. So it's because it's flexible. It's the blue material. Blue material is flexible. And he's correct. Ice material would probably not have much of a stretch. And to his question, Chris, right, we're gonna probably come out with some ices too, right? We're gonna run some ices.
We probably will, but
Yeah.
honestly, that flex, does so much good to hang on.
Yeah.
Like, need as that panel's flexing, you need that tab to flex with you. And guys, I have like 1% battery, so you're about to be on your own. But like, those things have been really strong, right?
Yeah, I haven't broke one.
Yeah,
no, I haven't broke it.
They've been, but I don't. Be honest with you, not to say that we won't do ice, but I don't see a reason for it right now. We're able to do everything we need to do with that blue tab, and we haven't broken them at all, and we've put them under stress. So
internal temp too high.
Oh, the temp.
Danny and Scott are too hot. They're too hot to handle. Look what you did, you break I fix. You killed Chris's battery. You got Danny and Scott all hot and bothered with you ask one hard question, and here you go. No, what I think in glue pulling, flex is not necessarily bad. And I mean, that is the patent pending aspect of my tab design with the step, is to allow those edges to flex so that you can focus that energy for closer towards the center. And whatever you're pulling, a little bit of flex is a good thing. You got to have some give. If it's all rigid all the time, it's not going to flow as well.
Right. It doesn't walk with that metal. As that metal's contorting, you know what I'm saying? You need something flexible to walk with it. So I mean that's the theory, the science behind it for sure. Yeah. But I mean there's a place for ice too, and more rigid tab as well. But mostly you want flex, especially on big, large, complex damage. 100%.
Yeah. And Nick Stark makes the point. Even if they do break and you pull the quarter panel out, you make a G. And you buy a new one.
You charge for them, right?
Yeah, you bill for them.
Yeah,
sure.
Absolutely.
We're about to come back on here just in a second.
Yeah, we're getting another camera set up.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of billing for things, I have on my website here, let me see if I can pull this up and figure out how to share my screen. This is an idea I had a while back, and there they are. Visible again. I'm going to share my screen. Hold on. Let's see. This page.
C-Dub ran out of battery.
C-Dub's gone.
I'm going to share my screen. So I have these consumable packs for hail cars. If you guys are doing hail and you want to, add some prices in for broken tabs or consumable glue or consumable tabs, whatever. I have these on my website. There is a section here where it says consumables, and I'm just testing this out to see what the insurance companies are going to say about that. And I think it's
all about language. I mean, if your language and verbiage is there's nothing they're going to fight against for the most part.
Yeah. And I specifically designed the copy in that way. Yeah. I've got a link to the NapDart ASA aluminum study, and it's worded in such a way that it should be harder for the insurance company to argue with. Yeah. So,
hey, that looks like a game changer to me.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right.
Love it.
Well,
yeah. So I don't know if anybody. I've talked to a few of my friends about that, except for State Farm.
State Farm, yeah. Snake Farm, they're tough, dude.
Yeah. Dang old Jake. Man, oh man, too much fun. But yeah, so yeah, tons of new stuff coming down the pipe. You guys are just
Yeah.
crushing life
We're
over
busy.
there.
Yeah.
Very busy.
I love it. All the new stuff coming out, and I'm super excited to get mine.
Yep.
Danny said they'd be here in a week, so I'm counting on it.
No. No. I'm gonna be having messages like crazy. You
We'll
told
call
me
you
a week.
every day
That
for
was
one
the
week.
salesman in me. Next day, buddy. Next day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love it. Love it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's the Friday before 4th of July.
Yep.
I got to imagine you guys got some good plans.
Yeah, we live in Mustang. It is a 4th of July mecca, right? I mean,
It's a little crazy.
it's crazy here. People from like, the states that are touching, they travel here just to Mustang for this.
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
it's nuts. Yeah. But it's not like a show. It's like everybody goes and buys fireworks and
Free for all.
we go to a huge park and it's like,
Yeah.
Nashville.
Yeah. So here in Minnesota,
Fireworks
you
show,
can't
yeah.
get real fireworks. So we all go to Wisconsin to get ours,
Okay.
Yeah.
or the Dakotas, but I'm closer to Wisconsin. But
A lot of areas you have to go outside the city limits, but here in Mustang,
No, you
it's
just
not that way.
let her rip, tater chip.
Let her
Let's
rip.
go.
Let her rip.
Bing bang. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Yeah. Yeah. I wish everybody a happy 4th of July. I did make also some American Reaper shirts. I don't know why I'm showing these off at the moment. But let's see here. I think they're on the last page.
Oh, nice.
Ah,
Dude, I like that.
that's cool. Very cool.
Yeah. So check it out.
I like that color.
Have some fun with it. Why not? But
Awesome.
yeah. That model creeps me out, but
Yeah,
it's my
he-
only choice. I don't get a lot of choices on the print on demand.
It
stuff.
looks like the Hodge
He looks
twins' cousin.
angry. He looks angry. Anyway, there's too many jokes there. I'm gonna leave it alone. Just about firework time. Woo! America. That might be Jack Bucknell,
that
but
Jack?
he's a
That might
Facebook
be Jack.
user. I don't know. Yeah, we also have Woo gear available for Jack. How do I do this? See if I can find some Woo gear. Oh, Johnny, you're ruining everything. Too slow on the drop. But here we go. If you guys want a Woo t-shirt, the low price of $1 million, you can have it. Oh, here. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was taking you through that. There you go. So that's Jack's brainchild. So that is for sale, and if you're happy to pay it, we're happy to ship it. So
There you go. Perfect. I like it.
yeah, gotta love it.
Yeah.
Get that hail money. Get that hail money to buy them. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yeah, and that is Jack, classic Jack with the woo. But yeah, guys, go to either dentreaper.com, kikotabs.com, or pdrtool.com. That's A1. That's where these are available right now. I'm sure all your other favorites will be jumping on board shortly. I don't know if anybody else has got their stock just yet, but I'm sure they will soon. But yeah, check them out. The golden nuggets, the Dent Reaper fat shafts are out and available. The LTT and the hinge tabs coming soonish.
Ready for pre-order now.
Soon.
Ready for pre-order. Well, get your pre-order in, and
go.
if they don't show up soon enough, call and harass Danny. Danny, do you want to give out your cell phone number?
615-414-4760. You gotta buy something.
He just went Mike Jones on it. He did not even care. Just giving out his phone number online.
Let's go.
No. Oh no. Well, I'm not 100% sure of the demographics of this show, but if any ladies call
We'll
Danny,
be
he
all
is a happily married man. Just leave it alone.
Right. That's right.
Oh snap! All right. Well, anything else we missed? Did we cover everything? I think we did.
Got it all.
I mean, there's some more stuff, but I just
Yeah.
not the time.
Not the time. There's
Not the time.
okay.
Wouldn't you love to have Danny's job? Every week I'm bringing stuff over here for him to test. Or
And-
Reggie comes over here and gives you stuff to test. And just
Yeah,
just
yeah.
experiment.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. I feel like Reggie and well, now Kevin Andrews, all you guys. Did anybody see the Air Jordan movie? Air, I think it's called, with
I haven't seen that yet. I want to see
Matt
that.
Damon and
Heard it's awesome.
Ben Affleck. Yeah. Anyway, there's the shoe designer. I feel like those guys fit his role perfectly.
Oh, okay.
And,
All right.
yeah, it's
Nice.
he's just they're just obsessed with the design, and I love it. I love it.
It's cool.
So yeah,
All right. Get your
keep
goal
on knocking it out. Y'all have a good 4th of July.
Do the same.
Freedom ain't free,
Nope.
and I mean, neither is saying the word game changer.
That's right.
You gotta train. Yeah. Oh, I
right.
forgot. I gotta go get some more Minnesota gold. We're keeping
There
the
it
gold
is.
theme. We're keeping the gold theme. So
All right, John, don't get
Awesome.
mad. But these right here, they're going in my pocket.
love it. Oh, you boys gonna be in Vegas, yeah?
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Kiko's gonna have a booth and all that stuff. And
Yep.
yes,
Be there.
sir. Yes, sir. Awesome. Well,
That's
good
it.
deal.
So
Everybody
we'll see
get
you soon.
booked for Vegas. It's pdrexpo.com. Have a great 4th of July. Yeah.
Cool.
Get your stuff. If you got questions, hit up Danny, Scott, Chris, myself. You can find us. We're not that hard to find.
Nope.
And until then, happy 4th. Live your dreams. America.
Just wanted to thank you for listening to another episode of Dents and Dreams. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, compliments, or complaints, I can be reached at Dent Reaper across social media. And be sure to subscribe to the Dents and Dreams Facebook group and or YouTube channel, because that's where it'll happen if and when we go live. Thanks again.